So what I have for you in terms of your love life is there are a lot of blessings I feel coming in for those of you who are coupled. And especially if you are, like married in a committed relationships, I feel like there is a huge level of commitment, like an escalation when it comes to, the amount that you can commit to another person or another person can commit to you, as well as abundance that the two of you share as a couple. And I feel like the abundance can be financial blessings, it can be work, career, project prospects, and it can also be abundance as it relates to children in the household too, because children are a blessing. This is the way your partner sees you. We have here the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is basically it's a family type of a card, and it can also indicate they seeing you as somebody that has a lot of prosperity and that can, be like their anchor and their rock. Okay, we have the Castle here, royalty, someone who's very regal, someone who carries themselves with a lot of grace, with a lot of dignity, with a lot of refinement. So it's almost like, regardless of how you were raised, your upbringing, I feel like, you always have your head held high, your standards very high, your moral compass very straight. So I feel like they see you as someone who is consistently dependable. And there's a little bit of a fairy tale type of a relationship here that you might have with another person. Some of you might have met each other through like a family gathering. Some of you have met each other, and I'm getting dynasty. It's almost like the two of you have a very similar upbringing. The two of you might be. I'm getting like a cultural sameness, like two people coming from like a almost like a royal lineage, and then there is a meeting through some type of family arrangement, and then two people coming together. So I feel like you and your partner are very similar to each other in the way in which you want to cultivate relationships, your values, your ideologies, your philosophical beliefs, and things like that. With this Ten of Pentacles card, your partner sees you as a relationship partner. They see you as somebody that they want to get engaged to, they want to get married to, they want to bring home to meet mom and dad and meet the folks. And I feel like they see you as someone, no matter how much financial resources you have, you always manage to make magic out of the it's like you always manage with less. Like, you, no matter how much, how much money you make, you always look your best, and you always do everything. Like, you know how to stretch that money, you know how to stretch your resources, and you are very, very good at being resourceful. You're very good at saving up for a rainy day. So even if, between the two of you, resources have been scarce, they never have to worry, because they believe that you know how to use the resources well, not to be extravagant, but to be practical with your spending, and always still being able to save up for a rainy day. And because of that, I feel like they hold you in really high regards, and they see you as someone that they want to build a future with. And they feel like, you are definitely the right person that they want to bring home and include into their family unit. With the Ten of Pentacles, it's sort of like generational wealth, okay? Being able to save up and being able to pass on your wealth as a couple to your children and to your grandchildren. And I see two people working really hard. So you're never idle. You're never, frivolous. You're never like lazy and just kick up your feet. You work really hard. You carry yourself well. And I feel like there's a very strong, dignified grace about the way that you work, where they just admire you. You don't complain when things get rough. When things get rough, that's when you really step up your game. And that's when you shoulder the burdens of the relationship, and you feel, or they feel, like you handle things with such ease. The way in which your partner comes into the picture, your partner is extremely happy. This is a card about, satisfaction. It's the Nine of Cups. It's a wish fulfillment card. So they definitely feel like they hit the jackpot when they have met you, and they feel like, this is pretty much almost like that the completion stage when it comes to the happy home, the happy life, the happy relationship, and two people who are quite committed to each other. For those who are not in relationships, I feel like if you're dating, you feel like your partner, there's attraction. Okay, your partner is looking at you, but you feel like your partner has a lot of options, and you feel like you don't want to be one of the options. You want to stand out. And, in a Leo fashion, you want to be the apple of their eyes. You want to be the sole focus of their love. And you want that laser like focus specifically on you. And so if you're dealing with someone, I feel like that person has many, many, many suitors. The person has a wide circle of friends. The person is someone who is well respected in their career. We have here the King of Pentacles. It could be an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. This is an air of someone who carries himself or herself with a lot of dignity, with a lot of, it's like with a lot of strength. This is someone who, sets the rules. This is someone who tells people what to do. This is someone who you can come to and they give you really, really good, practical, sensible advice. And as a result of that, people hold them in really high regards. People hold them in high esteem, and people see them as a huge player in whatever industry that they are in. So I feel like you're dealing with someone who is of a higher caliber, and you're dealing with someone who actually carries a lot of like magnetism about them. They can be darker skin, darker complexion. I'm seeing somebody with longer hair. So even if it's a male, I feel like he might have longer hair. He has a darker complexion. He's a little bit more exotic. And I see like lighter colored eyes, okay, possibly blue eyes, gray eyes, green eyes, but somebody darker with lighter eyes. And so the what is that? The contrast between the way that they look and then the way you look into their eyes, it's a different color. So I feel like you're dealing with someone who's really, really attractive. When they walk down the street, they might have a lot of people kind of throwing themselves, or like, people turning their heads to look twice, people who really gravitate towards this person. And so for those in relationships, your partner is sort of like your rock and anchor. And I feel like it goes both ways, like vice versa, because this is pretty much about, finding a good match for yourself, not only romantically, but also financially, career wise. You guys are both in a very higher tier type of a environment where you match each other's salary, you match each other's educational level, you match each other's income. So I see it as being a really good match where the two of you are very similar. So for example, if you're a supervisor, they're a supervisor. If you have like, a PhD, they have a PhD. So it's like, it's somebody that is good on paper, that is a perfect match for you on paper, but in person, they're also a very, very good match for you. And because of that, we have a lot of stability and a lot of solidifying of that, resources, educational attainment, and just, building wealth for the future. And overall, if you are dealing with another fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, for those single and dating, this might be a new person that's popping into the picture. So it could be another Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The Ace of Wands denotes a new passion, something being stirred within us that we didn't know was there before, or it has been dormant for so long. Somebody all of a sudden whooshes into the picture, and then we feel ignited all over again. So if the relationship has been stale, there's a new burst of passion coming into the picture. And I feel, honestly, it might be because of some jealousy. It might be because your partner all of a sudden is getting a lot of attention, and then, you want the attention exclusively on you, and then you make that known to them. And so they're showering you with a lot of affection. So this is a burst of passion. It's coming through as well with the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is getting a lot of visibility, getting a lot of career success, getting like the positive professional reception coming through from other people. And as a result of it, I feel like there is a power couple dynamics between you and whoever it is that you're dating or whoever it is that you're in a relationship with that allows the two of you to kind of be able to plan trips, to be able to, have a lot of disposable income, to be able to implement the next stage and the next plans that you have brewing in your life. And because of that, it sort of solidify the relationship as, your partner sees you as somebody that they want to build with, and you vice versa see them as somebody that you want to, entrust your love, your heart, and your life to. So I feel almost like there might have been some stress and strain in the past where it created, like trials and tribulations. And as a result of jumping over all of these troubled waters, you're able to count on each other, you're able to rely on each other, and you're able to see what the other person is made of. And it makes you feel their loyalty. It makes you feel how committed they are. And it makes you know, it allows you to know how they behave under pressure. And once you know somebody on that deep, intimate, soulful level, it allows you to trust them, and it allows you to, kind of see them as, this is the one that I really want to entrust my life and my heart to. If you are dealing with a water sign, we have here the Nine of Hearts. I see you taking trips and possibly moving into a house together. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. They're really, really, really happy to see you. This is just like someone who's very, very elated. They're joyful. And, I see like tears of joy. If you're seeing them or if you're with them, they're showering a lot of love and affection on you. And at the same time, I see this family unit coming together. I also see moving into a house together, or like, possibly discussing about housing arrangement, as well as I'm seeing a full house as well. So some of you have a lot of children in one house, and you're thinking of like, let's upgrade, let's go get a bigger house. The kids are grown up. And then I also feel if you're with a water sign, it's like coming together and pulling your resources, saving up and financing for either a new apartment, a new house, a new condo, or something like that. So it looks really good on the relationship front. In other areas of your life, I feel almost as if in a work environment, there is a lot of tedious, tiny details that you kind of need to pick at, and you kind of need to to process. Okay, so I feel like work processes, if there has been some type of a big learning curve, okay, so like if you're in a new work environment and you have to learn the ropes, you have to learn systems, you have to follow procedures, you have to read up on policies, rules, and regulations. I feel like you felt overwhelmed. You felt almost like, I can't possibly keep all of this in my head. And so you find yourself having to write things down. You find yourself possibly in the past making errors, making mistakes that could have been avoided. And so you might be assigned somebody that kind of behaves as a teacher or a mentor to you, so that they can give you, they can give you shortcuts. They can give you, I'm hearing like mnemonic devices, so that you can keep everything sorted out and straight in your head. They might allow you to do a checklist so that you don't forget certain things when you're going through your workflow. They might also be like an IT whiz, and they might give you either technical advice or legal advice. And the person shows up here as the King of Swords. This is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, in your work environment that is streamlining these processes for you. And they're also allowing you, once everything is streamlined, you have a lot more free time. You're not stressed out. You're not like in the state, Nine of Swords, worry, anxiety, not feeling like we did the work to the best of our capabilities, so that you can move on ahead and feel a lot more confident and feel a lot more sure as to the direction that you're taking. I also see trips possibly being taken with this person. I see like going to attend like a seminar, and then having somebody kind of break down some really complicated and convoluted ideas, and then you grab it and you run with it. I see like a business or a work partnership that is in the making, that is really picking up for you guys for this week, and I feel like a lot of expertise and advice coming through from this air sign in particular. And as a result of it, we have once again the Six of Wands is showing up twice. So the first Six of Wands is in the relationship department. Okay. And this Six of Wands, it's like sailing over a troubled spot, getting positive reception, getting promotions, getting being thrust into a management or a supervisory position where you're leading others, you're providing counsel for others, or you're going to be like well received where you have a wide following. You are increasing your visibility. You are also allowing other people to see your leadership capability so that they can trust you moving forward. Your spiritual advice overall for this week is, if there has been mistakes in the past, especially with work, with family, too many words have been said. And I also feel like, dealing with somebody who could potentially be, I'm hearing dementia, I'm hearing Alzheimer and, memory loss, or just like somebody who's not able to recall the proper information or the correct information. If you've been dealing with that, or you're dealing with a person that's dealing with that, things are going to get better and things will sort of naturally sort themselves out. So don't beat yourself over, mistakes in the work front. And if you're dealing with a family member that might be suffering from memory loss and things like that, and they're not able to recall things, I feel like there might be, talking to a consultant, talking to a therapist, or talking to somebody that can help you arrange, a living situation for that family member. That's also coming into the picture for you. So I hope the reading is helpful for you guys, Leo. I wish you all the best if you're dealing with, elderly people or parents who are struggling with this. Okay.